All right, guys. So there's one action that you need to start taking in order to stop overthinking, and that's living with intention. And you've probably heard living with intention before, where it's like, it's about being mindful, it's about having purpose with your life. It's just a way of living, but there's not necessarily someone out there that I've seen that talks about how to live in intention. Like, what are the steps necessary to live in intention, which in turn allows you to stop overthinking, which in turn allows you to maximize your life, which is the narrative that you guys have been watching, is what I've been pushing. I want everyone to be able to maximize their life. So I'm going to break that down for you guys, and here we go. So the way I started off living with intention is writing down the staple activities that I need to do on a weekday basis. And I specifically say weekdays because weekends fluctuate. There's different things going on. So I'll get to that later. But starting with weekdays because that's what's most important to have intention with, in my opinion. So the first thing is eating, right? Eating, you have to work, you have to communicate, you have to exercise, you have to have some downtime for yourself, and you need to sleep. Doing all these 6 things with intention allows for you to make everything else that comes up in your life spontaneously a lot easier. So now that you've defined these are the staple activities that I have to do on a week-to-week basis, now start defining what that means. Like, what does it mean to eat with intention? So for me, I'll speak for myself, it's just eating healthy, like making sure I have a well-balanced diet, right? Because I need fuel and energy for the day. So my breakfast meals are a staple, my lunch meals are pretty much a staple, and dinner meals are a staple. I might, mix and match some things, but it's pretty much the same thing throughout the week. So figure out what that is for you, right? Think about that. Then the next thing is like working with intention. Okay, for me, it's, as I mentioned, I'm a software engineer, so there's a lot of deep work that I have to do, a lot like I'm working on a project. So how do I get myself in that mental state to be able to focus on that deep work? Okay, in order to work with intention, I need to listen to Baroque music or binaural beats type of music. I think I'm saying that right. Correct me if you guys, I hope you understand what I'm saying. But I found those types of music to help me focus the most. So that's how I'm able to work with intention. Okay, and then exercising. I know what type of workouts I want to do. When it comes to my downtime, maybe I'm watching a Netflix show. I'm a huge NBA fan, so maybe the Suns are playing. I may watch part of the game if it's a close game at the end, right? I schedule time for that because that's important for me to kind of keep this productivity lifestyle moving. And then sleeping with intention for me is making sure it starts in the morning, really, like seeing like the sun within an hour of waking up, seeing the sunset to help produce melatonin in my body, not seeing technology, not looking at technology an hour before going to bed, reading before bed, like all these things. Do this with intention, okay? Because everything that falls in between that will now allow for you to not feel like you're overthinking anything, because you are taking care of the things that will make you feel the best the most. I believe that's how you say that, right? Like if for example, right, if you're taking care of your food, like your diet, you're making sure you're being a good employee and working hard. You're exercising, right? I forgot to mention communicating with people in my explanation, but communicating with people that you want to build relationships with or maintain relationships with, right? Like if you're doing all these things, you naturally feel better about yourself, that when you do have some random things that come up in your day, you're not necessarily stressed or anxious about the main staple activities that you need to be doing every day, because you're taking care of it. You're doing them with intention, right? And so I found this very helpful. This has stopped me from overthinking when I have to randomly get pulled into something, or I have a call I need to take or a call I need to make. It's because I'm doing the staples. So for you, this goes into not thinking like a puppet, right? Because puppets don't live with intention. They're sporadic. They're being controlled by their environment. They're being held to wherever people are dictating them. Their external environment is taking them, right? Because they don't live with intention. Pioneers live with intention, and that's how you're able to feel better about yourself. You don't overthink anything, because There's a purpose behind why you're doing everything what you're doing. And if you want to learn, by the way, how to become a pioneer, I have a 7-day newsletter in my description, as well as pinned as a comment below, telling you what I did to get out of this puppet mindset before, when I wasn't living with intention and just being kind of controlled by my environment. I learned how to get out of that in the last year. I've self-tested this on myself. I used NLP to get out of this mindset, which is a whole other conversation. You can look up what that is, neuro-linguistic programming. And yeah, check it out if you like. It's a free service. So I just wanted to mention that as I'm talking about this, because that's the reason why I'm able to live with intention and not worry about anything. And even going forward, now that I talked about the weekdays, weekends, right? Life isn't always just about work, right? Like, you need to be able to have fun with intention. Like, I just went on a trip recently for my birthday to New York with all my close boys, and I wasn't thinking about work or anything for like 4 days. I was just literally having the time of my life. I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I wasn't thinking about my job. I wasn't thinking about anything I had to do. I was just fully focused on having fun. And I had so much fun. And I didn't regret a single moment of the fun that I had, because I was doing it with intention. Because everything leading up to my trip and my birthday, I made sure I got the things I needed to get done, so I didn't have to worry about it when I'm on vacation. But that's just like a vacation thing, right? Just on a normal weekend, schedule time with your friends. If you want to go out and party, right? If you want to go see a movie, go see a movie. If you want to go do some activities with your friend, like, it doesn't matter what it is, but be purposeful with it. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do during the weekdays, I believe there's nothing wrong with trying to schedule some downtime for yourself to have fun with your friends and not think about anything work related. This is all about intention, because you want a well-balanced life. Okay, like, that's the key. That's the key to be able to bulletproof your mind and maximize what life has to offer you, is by having this well-balanced life, so you can sustain living in intention. If you just I think the word intention always talks about like being productive, like getting work done, getting this done, getting errands done. Like, that is part of it, but allow yourself to schedule in that time for fun. That's what I do for myself, and I find it very valuable. Otherwise, I would just go mad. We're human, right? So have that balance. And in turn, I know I'm talking about a lot about intention here, but this will allow you to stop overthinking, right? But living with intention allows you to stop overthinking. So that's why I'm emphasizing intention so much, because you will just stop overthinking because of it. And I've noticed this for myself. There's nothing that I regret at all in my life since I started living this way, and I want the same for you. So these are the steps. Start with the weekday staples activity. You can do it for the weekend. I personally don't. If you want to take it to that level, by all means, but I do believe if you're just doing what you're supposed to do during the week, that you don't need to worry about it on the weekend. Like, give yourself like some grace. It's okay. Like, a couple days is not gonna hurt you. So, but if you liked this video, let me know in the comments below what you think of my thought process of how to stop overthinking, and how intention, allows for that, and how I go about intention. Even, like, do you guys agree with the thought process behind what I did to help? Let me know. Share with a friend that is overthinking and they don't really know how to stop overthinking. This will be for them. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As I just mentioned before, I'm all about bulletproofing your mind and maximizing what life has to offer you. And I guarantee you, if you do not live with intention, you will not maximize your life, because there's so many things that are pulling us in life, things that we have to take care of and things we have to do. So you might as well, follow this method to help you get there. So I appreciate you guys all watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.